Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Ask Tom. Today we have a question from Margaret, and Margaret would like to know, hey Tom, is Nordic walking better for you than just regular walking?
Its first simple answer is yes, and the explanation is why. First of all, if you don't know what Nordic walking is, it's using two ski poles or hiking poles. You could buy at sporting goods online or Amazon or whatnot and walking with them. It's very popular in certain countries. And it kind of mimics like a walking version of cross-country skiing. And what we know from studies, I think back in the 80s when I was starting this type of thing, was using four limbs is better than using just two limbs for aerobics. So like running, of course, is good. Any activity, like all cyclical activity, biking, running, hiking, swimming, and so forth, and certainly rowing, are good for you. But when you use four limbs like rowing and cross-country skiing, these athletes, despite their size, and some of them are pretty big guys, have oxygen uptakes that are just off the charts. So the idea being is using four limbs is more effective than using two limbs.
Because I think it's almost like what the elliptical does that.
Yeah, like an elliptical mimics that.
Where you're doing this with your arms. So
yes.
Oh yeah.
So when you're using these four limbs, they're under an aerobic demand too, and the heart has to supply them. Versus running, there's a little bit of motion unless you're, say, sprinting or biking. You're leaning forward, and you're going to have some tremendous VO2 maxes in cyclists, because you're sitting on your ass and you could put in the sheer volume of work. You could stay on that thing all day and push it, hit your heart, your legs, and build up over years and get frightening numbers. But using four limbs like rowers, you'll get rowers 6'3", 220 pounds, who have VO2 maxes that would occur in 150-pound runners. And so for the average person going out, walking is great, but it might not be enough. And hiking,
or if you just want to push it a little bit.
Yeah, you want to push it a little bit.
Maybe you want to do it, start by doing it every other time and just see how you feel.
Exactly.
But the other thing I was thinking about that Nordic walking was it might be good for older people that feel a little weak with just their legs might feel a little bit weak and they need that little extra stability.
Yes, I've noticed in older people, and my father particularly, felt unstable walking or falling when he would say a mile from home, and that's not uncommon, and a lot of people die elderly from falls. Yeah. And so the stability provided by two poles are going to make you feel much stronger. You feel like you're going to fall for a second, you can hold on to something and stabilizes you.
Yeah, you can stabilize yourself.
And in the meantime, you get a really good aerobic workout using four limbs.
Time.
Yeah, your arms and legs are working. It's like having four legs.
I wonder if there's been any studies or actual numbers for the VO max that compared from walking to Nordic.
I'd have to look at those numbers and see where they're at. But I mean, say generally speaking, you're also look at it this way: you have to put in less effort in any one limb. So if you have four limbs working versus two, pick up the pace. You're not walking far enough. But when you're losing four limbs and your shoulders, arms, lats, pecs, and everything else are working. There's less stress on each of them, and also a tiny amount of muscular development you get from using your arms climbing, particularly.
Yeah, because like it's kind of like, well, it's not like skiing because skiing's a lot more faster, but it's like I know skiing uses a lot of.
It's frightening. Cross country skiing is a frightening level of aerobic endurance, and those people are absolute studs. And we're mimicking that to a degree. And also, if you did this over uneven ground, you're talking about floor in Florida, it's flat, that's one thing, you still get stimulus. Yeah. But you're in like the Rocky Mountains, you're doing a hiking trail with these, you're getting huge amounts of stimulus. Right. And Nordic walking would be highly recommended and not as popular probably as it should be in this country, or particularly, I don't see
Plus, if somebody comes along and they're like have a gun, you could just stab them with one.
Yes. You want to go full ninja on their butt. You know,
it's a good weapon.
yeah.
You know, in bad neighborhoods.
yeah. And you look imposing. And then it gets down to activities people are embarrassed about. If they wear like a funny bike or they go out with a jump rope and swing it around back, and we used heavy hands back in the 80s. And
just make sure to wear the ski mask when you do that so nobody
wear a ski
you.
mask too and go out and hit people in the heart with your thing. So it's a wonderful thought. I think we're about lengthening life and not shortening it here, but we'll never know. So thank you for the question.
Thank you, Margaret.
And if you have any more questions for me, you can get me at tomfurman@substack.com. Thank you so much.